You will use an app like Uber, but not anymore to call some driver, but automatically guided car, a self-driven car, will come to your hotel or wherever you are and will bring you to the airport. No, Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic, who told me in 2030 Los Angeles will be private car driven free.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar, because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks pulling back. And guys, we know this week in cryptos, we definitely are going to have a roller coaster ride anyway, because we have futures contracts ending. And then we know real news never make the news. We have the stock market doing T+1, and I'm going to get into that later. But if you're a part of my Patreon, you already understand. Now we have Kathy Wood says El Salvador's Bitcoin and AI plan could boost GDP to tenfold by 2029. And it's not just El Salvador, guys. It's going to be the whole emerging markets using these digital assets and AI. Yes, productivity is going to be going through the roof, but unfortunately, the sheep are going to be sitting at home getting free money because we know it's the machine takeover. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, again, guys, don't forget contracts end on Friday. And we have Ethereum options trading volume on CME hits new peak in May. And we know that's all about anticipation for the Ethereum ETF. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates climbing back up, but guys, we've seen this movie before. As yield rates climb, we know then Jerome Powell speaks, and then the bond market reacts, and they've been dropping down. So only thing we have to do is sit back, get your popcorn, let it play out, but yield rates are definitely rising. We have the dollar up. We have volume and crypto down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $417 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis. And then, guys, when it comes to the stock market, we have the T+1. In order to do that, guys, you have to have plenty of liquidity. And for about 2 years, guys, there hasn't been a lot of volatility in the stock market. The stock market now is going to become very volatile. If you have my NWO book or you've already done your research on T+3, you know all the illegal activity that goes on for those 3 days before these stocks actually settle. Now T+1 takes out billions and billions and billions of activity that shouldn't have been done in the first place But now they're taking it away because why, guys? We're moving to real-time settlement. And another thing, that means that these small and medium-sized banks have to disappear. So we're going to see a lot of these small and medium-sized banks fail or get consolidated. We saw this back in 2007, 2008. A lot of people don't know a lot of these credit unions are owned by the big banks. They're just carrying the name. And the next distractions that we get, guys, is just going to keep snowballing into a big crisis. We see all the events that are going on right now, but one thing that we know, these drums are getting louder, more cyber attacks, but it's all to get us over to the Fourth Industrial Revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Now we have Israel to start digital shekel challenge to develop payment use cases. And while the drums were beaten in Russia and Ukraine, we know behind the curtain they were moving the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and the same thing is going on in Israel. Guys, don't fall for the distractions. Like I tell you, get in the lab, stay focused. Have fun this year, but make sure that you're in the lab and you're focused, and you definitely can do both. Turn the TV off, get away from social media, and turn off sports. They're nothing but a distraction. You're living in Babylon 2.0. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have spot Bitcoin ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale, of course, all down. And we have BlackRock takes the crown for the largest spot ETF from Grayscale. And guys, we know that was all planned. Only thing Grayscale had to do was lower the fees, and BlackRock and Fidelity wouldn't even have stood a chance. And remember, Crypto Teacher brought that to you first. Remember, guys, you're in a plan. It moves and phases. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Ripple donates another $25 million to crypto super PAC Fair Shake. And in politics, big money makes changes. But the fact is, when it comes to this Fourth Industrial Revolution, these big corporations, big banks, central banks, governments, they're all moving in the same agenda. You don't even have to donate money. All this is a tax write-off, because we see the whole globe moving over to this digital economy. The whole globe that has the same agenda for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Only thing you have to do is open your eyes. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the New York Stock Exchange plans Bitcoin options, bringing another trade for giant into crypto. And we see the casino just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But remember, guys, stock market is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. You'll be able to buy a percentage of a stock the same way we do in crypto. And then lastly, we have PayPal stablecoin on Solana. And these stablecoins are nothing but digital dollars. And this is the reason why the dollar is not going anywhere. It's just going to lose that power, be on a level playing field. And that's the reason why they have to change this budget. And this is what everybody should be focusing on now. All the surplus, all the throwing away that America has done, food, products, they just throw it away. Don't even want to give it away. They just throw it away. That is coming to an end, because we clearly see the consumer is being brought to his knees. I don't know where you at. The restaurants are not packed anymore. The stores are not packed anymore. We see credit card debt through the roof, housing payments behind, rental payments for businesses behind, car payments behind, but they tell you the consumer is fine. Remember, the NWO caused the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And we know the solution's been ready 20 years ago, and part of that solution are these stable coins. They're going to be programmable, telling you what, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And when it comes to blockchain, it gives Swift the all CNI. We know Chainlink is sending all that information. So therefore, Swift will know you better than you know yourself. And I'm going to go over that in the second video. And remember the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the Fourth Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.